All right, so first let's get an overall energy of your person. So Spirit, what is Aquarius's person they are no longer in contact with? What is their overall energy? What is their current energy? All right, so we have acceptance, we have the memories, and we have gentleness. Okay. Well, I feel like they are accepting the situation as it is. I feel like for the majority of you, you initiated this no contact situation and they are trying to just accept it for what it is. They, however, are being very nostalgic. You are heavy on their mind. They're thinking about you a lot and a lot of things that you guys did together and some time that you spent with each other. And they're trying not to beat themselves up over the fact that this has gone the way it has. I think they're realizing and understanding why you decided to go no contact with him. And I think they were really hard on themselves at first. Like, I can't believe I behaved that way, or I did this, or I let things go the way that they did. And they're trying to be kind to themselves because they're realizing that they're just a person and that they made some mistakes. But with the acceptance here, it feels like they're trying to respect this boundary that you've put up. Okay? All right, so what is Aquarius's person working on right now? What is their person working on right now? Alright, so we have the Queen of Pentacles, the Empress in the reverse, and the Page of Cups in the reverse. They're working on grounding themselves, becoming more stable, being able to take care of themselves. Usually the Queen of Pentacles I see as somebody's wife or mother, but I heard the word single, so they're trying to be able to take care of themselves as a single person, not be codependent. The Queen of Pentacles has everything she needs, right? She has her pentacles. She's got her family, whatever that means to you. That could be children. That could be your extended family, like your parents. It could just be your pets. You got, she's got her little rabbit here. Maybe you have a pet that is supporting you emotionally. But she has everything she needs. So what are they working on? They're trying to get themselves in a place where they have everything that they need. With this card being an upright, I feel like they're making very good progress and they're starting to become more and more stable every day. With the Empress in reverse, especially with it being under the memories, you might not like this, but I feel like they're working on trying to detach from you. Whether you are masculine or feminine, they're just trying to detach from the connection. Which I know that that's probably unpleasant to hear, but that's actually very healing. Because again, there was the word codependent came up here. So they're trying to detach so they can become self-sufficient. But they're kind of stuck in the memories here. Page of Cups, I feel like, again, this is self-love. I think they're having a hard time loving themselves. Apologizing to themselves for things that happened. They might be sending you apologetic messages through like the 5D and dream state or meditations and things like that. But they're working on taking care of themselves is the big message and learning how to stand on their own. The Empress is also like birthing new life, new beginnings. With it being in the reverse, they might be having trouble with the transition. But the stronger message is them trying to detach from the connection, which I know that's hard to hear, but it's actually very healing. Okay, because why is the Queen of Pentacles here for what they're working on? The sun. The sun is in the reverse. Okay, so even though it's in the reverse, it's still an extremely positive card. The way I read the energy, or the way I like to describe it, is like when you look into the sky on a cloudy day, you know that the sun is still behind the clouds. You can still see it. You know it's there. You feel its energy. You can see like the light, but you can't see the actual sun. You can feel its energy. There's a cloud in the way. So they're working on moving these clouds, finding the sun, clearing up their energy, becoming more stabilized. But they're trying to focus on the positive. They're trying to stay in high vibe, positive energy. Why is the Empress in the reverse? See, we have the High Priestess. They are trying to connect with their intuition, their spirituality. They're trying to let their soul, their gut, their intuition guide them here. And again, the High Priestess, she is a very strong single person. She doesn't need anybody. So that's why they're trying to detach. Them being in their memories and being nostalgic about you might be hindering the process a little bit, but they're, again, trying not to beat themselves up about it. You guys have a strong connection, and whatever you went through was very powerful and life-changing, and they're just trying to detach and listen to spirit here. Why is the Page of Cups in the reverse? Guys. Have the Lovers. So the Lovers, obviously soulmate, divine counterpart card, but it's also about making choices. They're trying to make choices that are good for them, that bring progress into their life, that are kind to them. Self-love. And you might be the inspiration or the guiding light for that. But they're trying to do it more for themselves rather than for you. That's a good thing, because you don't want them making big life decisions for you. They need to do it for themselves, so that they're doing it at a place of truth, okay? And not codependency. Again, I feel there's a really strong energy of trying to rid themselves of codependent energy. But yeah, they're working on making positive choices. They're working on making big life changes that are going to move them towards you, even though you are not the goal, okay? And I know that doesn't, that's not probably what you want to hear, but again, you don't want them to do all of this for you. You want them to do it for themselves, so that they're in a place where they're very healed, and they're in high vibration, and they're very connected with their spirituality, which is going to lead them to you. It's like you guys coming together would be the icing on the cake, but they're not doing it for you. They're doing it for themselves. Okay. And what do they want you to know? What does Aquarius's person want them to know? We have the Hanged Man, the Hanged One, deep state of spiritual development. We have the Nine of Swords, and then we have the Death card. Okay, this person is going in deep here. They are really connected with their spirituality, with this Hanged Man energy. They're trying to learn the spiritual lessons. They're trying to develop this spiritual enlightenment. And that's part of accepting. Accepting is surrender. They're surrendering to this connection, to the situation, to the current state that it's in, and allowing this spiritual energy to come in. That's going to put them in kind of stuck energy. They're not going to move towards you. They're not going to tell you about it because they're processing. They're really stressed out about the idea of losing you, of you becoming a memory, of detaching. But their intuition is guiding them to do so. Their intuition is telling them it's okay to detach and heal. but they're just really stressed out about the whole process. They're also worried about how you are. They're worried about how you are taking all of this. But here we have the Death card, making big choices, self-love, being kind, and that is putting them through a transition. Their old life is dying and they're moving into a new one. Death of ego, death of toxicity, forward movement, transition, spiritual development, the butterfly, you know, coming out of the cocoon. And look, what was I talking about earlier with the sun? Okay, I've had this deck for forever, and I hope you guys can see. So I was saying in the other video, I can't tell if it's better to hold it up or down. But anyway, what's right here? The sun. It's behind these mountains, behind these gates. The sun is there, okay? They're marching towards it. They have the clouds are in the way. It's behind the mountains, but it's poking up, okay? They're trying to move towards the sun, towards positive energy, towards happiness and truth. That's the guiding light there. Okay, so this is a repeating message. Why is the Hanged One here? For what they want their person to know. Whoop. See, we have Death in the reverse with the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. This is why I like to use multiple decks, because you can get repeating messages. As they're in this state of Hanged Man energy, they're not going to communicate with you. They're not going to talk to you because they're transitioning. Okay, they're going through something here, and they don't want to talk to you about it because they don't want to interfere with your life, your spiritual development, with what you're doing. They're trying to detach. Okay, so they're in this like death energy, developing, growing. I'm really getting the butterfly and the cocoon image. Okay, this Hanged One is the cocoon there. And they're going to emerge with this Death card as somebody completely different. Why is the Nine of Swords here? And it's scary. This is a scary process for anyone that has gone through like a dark night of the soul. It's not pleasant. Okay, but they're doing it. Okay, so we have Ace of Pentacles with the Eight of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, they're doing it. They're getting out of their head. They're not letting themselves stay stuck in a situation. They don't want to stay stuck in your memories. They don't want to... They're realizing that detaching themselves from you is actually freeing, and then there's this beginning. It's scary. They're freaking out about it, but they're doing it. Okay, they're making themselves go through this spiritual change. Why is the Death card here? So the Emperor in the reverse with the Eight of Cups in the reverse. It's interesting, these all got two cards. Okay, so to me, what this feels like, I don't normally do like past, present, future type of thing, but this feels like their current energy. These two cards right here. It feels like they want you to know that they're in this deep state of spiritual development and transition, and during this time they cannot communicate with you because it's very stressful. They're trying to free themselves up. They're trying to start their life over here with this Ace of Pentacles, and it's just a lot. This feels a little bit like in the future, what's going to happen after this. They're going to go through the death and rebirth. They're going to go through that transition and have this whole new life. The Emperor in the reverse, I feel like, is themselves kind of blocking that energy while they're going through the transition. But then the Eight of Cups in reverse is trying again. So, after they go through all of this, they want you to know, I have to deal with this first. I have to take care of this. And when I'm in a good place, when I've made some good choices and I can be kind and loving to myself, then I want to try again. Okay? But they're going to block their energy. They may even block your energy until they're through the Death card, through this dark night of the soul, this whatever it is that they're going through. And then they're going to want to try again. let's get some channeled messages here from my handwritten cards. If Aquarius's person could speak to them right now, what would they say? If Aquarius's person could speak to them right now, what would they say? Their cards are coming out quick. All right. Okay. So we have let's go on a date. They want to take you out. That's like a new beginning, right? So when they come back here, things are going to be different. They're going to be a completely different person. And you cannot pick up where you left off. They want to start clean. Let's just go on a date. We're going to make it simple. We're just going to go have coffee like we've never met before. We're just going to go on a nice date. I have left the karmic. Okay. This is a general reading, so it's not going to apply to every single person watching. But if they, whatever their karmic situation was, I really was not picking up on a third party here, but of course that's going to apply to some of you. This is more that negative energy or whatever obstacle in their life they needed to remove themselves from. Whatever karmic energy they were sitting in. That's why they're in such a deep state of spiritual development. But again, it could be a third party situation where they have left, which is causing this upheaval, this kind of stressful situation and transition. Could also be some sort of job or toxic family member that they've removed. It feels more like their behaviors. It feels like they had some toxic negative behaviors that were probably brought on by maybe a karmic relationship. Maybe they were in a bad relationship before they met you and they still had lingering negative effects. And then they had, could be from childhood traumas. This feels like more like their own karmic energy that they're leaving behind rather than a physical person or a job. But it could be that or it could be both. Okay. And we have I can't do this right now. Like I was saying here, they're not going to communicate with you or try to work on things with you until they've gone through this, until they're on the other side of this death card, okay? Then they're going to want to. That's why the Eight of Cups is in the reverse. We do have I'm trying on the bottom. So they are putting in a solid effort here to make these changes and grow and expand themselves, okay? All right, Aquarius, I'm going to leave the reading there for you. I hope you found it helpful. If it resonated, please like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.